Cast away,
Cast away,
cast away, cast away. Will there never be another way, I say. We leave that for the heart, for this is the focus that I can find. The only promises that ever make sense to me. Perfect record to quit so you can keep your laws and your words. You'll practice the law of the street with your hands. You'll Jimmy the proverbial for the dream girl for the face of the moon. Why the players rap to the new game to brag about. Told the magic words, but this is when she spoke. Become human when we all heard the voice crack. What it's like to be doing in a place like this. And this is what I like to know about. We are all doing a place like this, and you would know to know the bear here. And only hearing what we wanted to, not to doing what we want at all. Left for the drink of the betrayal, but you could bought her. At the bar, for there was what was you on. We all went to suffer the quarter in the side of that juke, but there was a task of risking it stepping into the air. Ceremonies didn't predict this, but we have expected more. Have to tell your fear for the baby, for the inside, for the ghost sealed up in the licking of the hope and the swimming in the praise of nations. But this is not the rooming in the house of the dreaming of the window falls of the deer for the betrayed, the relatives to the strangers from the way back to the dear breath. Icy windows for the next dance, and that's predicted. Just to put out the bar with this chair for the stairway for the heaven that stood on the table for the names, and this is the dancing in the room for the children without shoes. You picked up a fine tooth in the lead with 400 with the only to have the crop of the feel for the this to take off of the clothes and the shook the lost memory. With that for the empty level we all become with the myth for the slip down for the through the dream time for the promise of the feast when we all knew it was coming. The deer who crossed that for the knots the curse to find. She was no slouch and neither were we watching. Music in it for the listen, so this is the story with it wasn't there for the magic her like this and the stain for the red dress of the tape with the heels of the deer who didn't enter the dream for the white gun for the rest of the missing the time of the pine trees of the bonding and the resting and the leaf for the ancestor who never left. And I guess my last breath more by joy. World beginning up here and I can say no more. More for the city, for the stone, for the blood, for the fish, for the church, for the message, in the mountains in the east, and the whale for the seal, for the west, and this is having every level off for the glaze, and the clears, and the glaze, and some time for the horse of the sun. And I'm gonna pop up going back home for the ship, I can the breeze, and no matter from I can
just only complete gladness. But every day I know
this from you're taking up my heart. You don't have to give me no care. I'm my little guy. We keep it 100 with God. We search for the only to remember to the sky. For the I remember for the morning I pray for my enemies. I remember for that I know each star in the star stories. Remember the moon, know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at the dawn. And that is the strongest point in time. Remember the sundown and giving it way to the night. Remember the birth and how your blood will struggle to give the form of breath. This is the evidence of the life. Your brothers and the hers. And remember the Father for the He is your life. Also for the remember the earth that your skin that you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown. We are earth and remember the plants and the trees. And an animal life of who will have to try to the families and their stories. And then maybe they talk to them and listen to them and hear their live poems. And remember from the wind, but this will be the voice of the nose and the origin. The universe, and remember that we are the people. Who are you? Remember that who are you? For the motion that's growing inside of you. Remember the language of where we come from. Come from this. Remember the dance, the language of life is remember the movement. Perhaps the world ends here. Like a deer for the dance and nearly everyone left. This is the world beginning at the kitchen table. No matter what we do, must eat to live. For this is the gift to earth, the broth to prepare. For the table, for the it's been since creation. It will go on for these who chase the chickens and dogs away from it. The baby's teeth, the corners of the scrape, the knees under it. And this is the hero. The children were given instruction for what it means to be human. And when we make it a world, we make it a world. We make it a woman. We'll be at this table for the guys who we call the enemies are the ghosts of the lovers. Their dreams drink coffee is They put their arms around the children. They laugh at us and put the poor falling down themselves and put ourselves back together once again at this table. But it's the table of the house of the rain, with the umbrella in the sun. Wars begun in and at this table, but it is a place to hide for the shadow, for the terror. A place to celebrate the terrible victory that we have given birth on this table. We have prepared for the parents for burial there. And tables to sing with joy for sorrow. We pray for the suffering remorse. We give thanks when perhaps when we were in at the kitchen table, while everything laughing and eating when we and I speak right. The lines of the life, for this be the deer, for the die, for the done it, for the dancer, for the view, for the bar, in the middle, for the winter, for the except there, for the hardcore, for the coldest night. I can find out when she came in with the, you could be the end of the room, with the end of the beauty, for the knowing, no her, for the stranger, for the tribe, for the recognized, the family related to the deer, for the snap, the dream she was, to the people, the cousin, to the hero, the sons of the punchers, and make it in my heart. A woman inside for that dude who dance in the neck and in the bar, for the disability, the misfit, for the blue, for the deer, for the magic, for the who can act to survive, a super gift, for the who can be called in the woman, the passive, for the head, for the toilet, for the dream, not for the safe, for the next day, baby borrow, for the money, for the home, for the sit back, for the only, the miracle, for the be vision, and for the eye could be the face of it. Eye for the bone, for the quarter, for the heart, for the jukebox, for the relieve, for the despair, and an eye for the dove, for the find the keeper, for the woman, the secret, to be brought, for the beauty, for the dream, for the distant how we collapse, and distant the own, for the sacred lines of coming to the focus, when we can't survive, and now below, in the strange city, for the person back to the God, the sky, for the only the promises that ever make sense.
What that made me think about is that we're in a culture that really prioritizes doing, right? Always being in action, being productive. The word productive I hear nonstop. I would say it's highlighted for men particularly, and that's a generalization, yes. But I would say that it's prevalent everywhere. So being in a space where you are literally processing is not considered traditionally so. And I just want to tell you that there are times in your life when it's 100% necessary to literally be in the space of not doing and be in the space of not choosing into action or being in a space of processing, because the truth is all the emotions that you don't process, as much as they may lay you out and you may resent the fact that you're not being productive because you're grieving, if you process those emotions as they come up instead of stuffing them down and hiding behind the busy addiction, you actually will end up a healthier individual. Because emotions stay trapped in your body, and whatever isn't processed can turn into dis-ease. So I would say probably part of 2018, the beginning part of 2019, I spent a lot of time in the process of being in limbo, not really feeling any peace, not really feeling that directed, definitely going through a lot of internal transformation, shifting, grieving. And at the time I was in it, I don't think I really valued it. I think I was more frustrated with myself. And if you watch my last video, it was on having feelings about your feelings. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So my message today is to respect your process, even if it's not traditionally productive. So whatever it is you're doing right now, and most of the people I know, even people that might actually be depressed or might actually, they tend to be very high functioning, which is a good thing and a bad thing. So even when they're in it, they tend to still do, all the basic life functions, and you wouldn't even maybe know unless they told you. So the whole idea is like, you're not being less than your best self if you're in a place where you don't know, or you're grieving, or you're processing. We have a very specific idea of best self. We've been trained to think that our best self is like super happy, super positive, like rocking it out, doing all this stuff. And I'm here to say that maybe you can look at your best self as also being in that vulnerability, because I promise you, while you feel like things aren't happening, there's actually all sorts of like internal subconscious gestation and transformation happening that will completely blossom into something differently. I mean, who I am now is such a
Would there never be another way?
I don't even recognize myself.
Leave that for the heart, for this is the focus that I can find. The only promises that ever make sense to me. Perfect record of with it so you can keep your laws and your words. You'll practice the law of the street with your hands. You, Jimmy, the periphery over the dream girl for the face of me. Why the players racked in the game with the brag about. Told the magic words, but this is when she spoke. Become human, we all heard the voice crack. What it's like to be doing in a place like this. This is what I like to know about. We are all doing a place like this, and you would know that they're here. And to hear what we wanted to, not to do what we want at all. Left for the drink at the betrayal, but you could bought her. At the bar for there was what it was you on. We all went up with a quarter inside of that juke, but there was a task of risking and stepping into the air. Ceremonies didn't predict this, but we haven't expected more. Have to tell your fear for the baby, for the inside, for the girl still up with the licking of a hope and the screaming and the praise of nations. But this is not the winning in the house of the drumming of the wind falls for the deer, for the betrayed, the relatives, and the strangers from the way back to the dear breath. Icy windows for the next dance, and that's to predict it. Just put out the bar with this chair for the stairway for the heaven, stood up on the table for the names, and this is the dancing in the room for the children without shoes. You picked up a fine tune to the lead with four hungry with the owner to have it, the crop, the food for the to take off the clothes and the shake the lost memory. With that, we deliver, we all became. Come with a step down for the dream time, the promise of the feast we all knew was coming. The deer crossed after the knots, the curse to find. She was no slouch, and neither was rewatching. And if this is the story, but it wasn't there for the magic, her this and the stain for the rest of the tape of the heat, the deer room didn't into the dream, the rest of the missing the ideas in the barn, the rest of the beat. Never left my guess. My breath, more my joy. World beginning at here, but I can say more to the stone for the love, return to the medicine. For the lesson, giving Mama and Papa going back home for the ship. I can lose in the land of you. I can never lose.
Scattered between the ripples, fresh for the scuttle. This is the way of seeing in my record. I remember those ancestors, keep those trinkets in my heart. We have not built lasting monuments to the severe stone facing the sea for the watery tomb. So I call these songs the shrines of remembrance of the faith of the descendants, and make stand and watch the smoke curl into the sky for the memory of those devoured by the cold and landed for the every blues I hear. They're riding in a dark swamp who doesn't see the bones, the pick cleaning in the belly for the impeccable sea for the I do not tell me. It's not my right to lie, and for the do not tell me it's time for the it won't, don't, whom and call it the requiem for the scattering of the dry. And every reggae chant for the step that could prop against Babylon for the hero, the blue note, laminate, sweet requiem for the countless dead, skank in the feet for the monger shell for the core rainbow, and die find the web feet for the making as if he was lift, soar fly into the new days. More for the yesterday. Not for this I can find a letter for the only support you for the reason to find your words and your I am not for the contradictions in your scene that for the materialist madness and we have not built lasting monuments with the silver stone for the facing of the sea for the water between we go. Scattered between the ripples, fresh for the scuttle. This is the way of seeing in my record. I remember those ancestors, keep those trinkets in my heart. We have not built lasting monuments to the severe stone facing the sea for the watery tomb. So I call these songs the shrines of the remembrance of the faith of the descendants, and make stand and watch the smoke curl into the sky for the memory of those devoured by the cold and landed for the every blues I hear. They're riding in the dark swamp who doesn't see the bones, the pick cleaning in the belly for the impeccable sea for the I do not tell me. It's not my right to lie, and for the do not tell me it's time for the it won't, don't, whom call it the requiem for the scattering of the dry. And every reggae chant for the step that could prop against Babylon for the hero, the blue note, laminate, sweet requiem for the countless dead, skank in the feet for the monger shell for the core rainbow, and dying find the web feet for the making as if he was lift, soar fly into the scattered between the ripples, fresh for the scuttle. This is the way of seeing in my requiem. I remember those ancestors, keep those trinkets in my heart. We have not built lasting monuments to the severe stone facing the sea for the watery tomb. So I call these songs the shrines of remembrance of the faith of the descendants, and make stand and watch the smoke curl into the sky for the memory of those devoured by the cold and landed for the every blues I hear. And riding in a dark swamp just to see the bones, the pick cleaning in the belly for the impeccable sea for the I do not tell me. It's not my right to lie, and for the do not tell me it's time for the it won't, don't, call it the requiem for the scattering of the dry. And every reggae chant for the step that could prop against Babylon for the hero, the blue note, laminate, sweet requiem for the countless dead, skank in the feet for the monger shell for the core rainbow, and die find the web feet for the making as if he was lift, soar fly into the new days. More for the yesterday. Not for this I can find a letter for the only support you for the reason to find your words and your I am not for the contradictions in your scene that for the materialist madness, and we have not built lasting monuments for the silver stone for the facing of the sea for the water between we go. My way, scattered between the ripples, fresh for the scuttle. This is the way of seeing in my requiem. I remember those ancestors, keep those trinkets in my heart. We have not built lasting monuments to the severe stone facing the sea for the watery tomb. So I call these songs the shrines of remembrance of the faith of the descendants, and make stand and watch the smoke curl into the sky for the memory of those devoured by the cold and landed for the every blues I hear. And riding in a dark swamp who doesn't see the bones, the pick cleaning in the belly for the impeccable sea for the I do not tell me. It's not my right to lie, and for the do not tell me it's time for the it won't, don't, call it the requiem for the scattering of the dry. And every reggae chant for the step that could prop against Babylon for the hero, the blue note, laminate, sweet requiem for the countless dead, skank in the feet for the monger shell for the core rainbow, and die find the web feet for the making as if he was lift, soar fly into the new days. More for the yesterday. Not for this I can find a letter for the only support you for the reason to find your words and your I am not for the contradictions in your scene that for the materialist madness, and we have not built lasting monuments for the silver stone for the facing of the sea for the water between we go. Scattered between the ripples, fresh for the scuttle. This is the way of seeing my record. I remember those ancestors.
star of stories. Remember the moon, remember who she is. Remember the sun's birth at the dawn. And that is the strongest point in time. Remember the sundown and giving the way to the knife of the birth of the birth and how you must struggle to give your form a breath. This is the evidence of your life. Your mothers and the hers. And remember the Father for the years your life. Also remember the earth that you're standing upon. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown. We are earth and remember the plants and the trees. And an animal life of what happens right to the families and the stories. And then maybe the taunting and the listen. And hear the lie on the rim of the wind. Trust me, the voice, the nose, and the origin. The universe, and remember that we are. Remember that we are. Emotions are growing inside you.
Just only complete gladness.
Like a deer in the dance, everyone loud. This is the world beginning at the picture. No matter what we do, we must to live. This is the earth, rock, prepare for the table. It's been since creation. It will go on to chase the chickens and dogs. Baby's teeth, corners, the spring. The leaves under the thumb. This is the human children. We're given instruction for what it means to be human. We make it, we make it. Falling down ourselves and put ourselves back together once again at this table. The house of the rain, the umbrella in the sun. Wars begun in and at this table. This place to hide from the shadow of the terror. A place to celebrate the terror of victory. We have given birth to the table. We have prepared the parents for burial in hell. New tables and sing with joy for sorrow. We pray for the suffering remorse. We give thanks, but perhaps if we go in at the kitchen table, watching and laughing and eating. The lives of the life, the deer for the life of the done. Dance with you, where we are in the middle of the winter. Except there for the hardcore for the closest night. I can find out when she came in with the give me the end, the end, the end of the beautiful, knowing no her for the stranger, for the tribe, for the recognized the family related to the ear, for the snap to who she was, to the people with the cousin, to the hair, for the sons of the punchers, and making them hearts. A woman is out for that, who dance in the neck and in the barn, for the discipline, for the roof, for the ear, for the magic, for you, for that survivor, so together, for the woman, the cousin, for the head, for the daughter, for the dream, Now for the sake for the next day to be borrowed, for the money, for the home, for the setback, for the only the miracle, for the be vision, and whether I can be the face of it. Knife for the bone, for the quarter, for the heart, for the jukebox, for the relief, for the despair, and an eye for the dove, for the find the keeper, for the only the secret, for the broth, for the beauty, for the drink, for the distant how we collapse and distant on for the sacred mountain, come to the focus, when we have this in mind, and the envelope, for the strange city, for the frozen back to the God in the sky, for the only the promises that ever make sense.
These mornings, I'm a go.